Welcome to the Mark Attwood Show, Adventures in the Cosmic Zoo. Welcome to part 2 of how to see ley lines and energy lines with the amazing Rachel Vaughan. You all right, Rachel?
I'm right. I'm having fun.
Let's crack on. If you haven't seen part 1, look for that on the channel. Should be the video posted just before this one. Okay, we're on slide 36, I think we were on. Okay, 37, we've seen that. Okay, let's go for this one.
All right, so this is Avebury Stone Circle.
Now, I had some weird experiences at Avebury.
I bet. I would love to go there. I've got to pull my finger out and go and have a look.
Yeah, a demon tried to kill me.
Ooh, wow. Okay. Mm-hmm. Thank you. I'm forewarned. Maybe that's why I haven't made it there yet. Wow, Mark.
Yeah, because this place is so powerful that they have put all sorts of things here to harvest it, harness it, protect it. I'm not going to go into any more detail than that right now, but there you go.
Okay. Oh, I'd love to hear more about that off camera.
Off camera, yeah.
So what I found with the ley lines is they go between the stones in the stone circles, which is fascinating. Oh, again, this is crepuscular light, like the previous photograph.
I didn't spot that one.
Okay, it's over grass. It is harder.
I can see it now, but because I've seen the circle.
Yeah. I mean, it is really subtle. Over, it's so much easier to see it on a path, but it's quite uncanny. And I'm just looking at those trees back there. That's, you see so many images on the internet, and I hadn't recognized the tree that I've seen. Emma actually got to go there and take these photographs, which is fabulous.
Thanks, Emma.
Yeah, thanks, Emma. It's a beautiful photograph.
It is. You direct me if you want me to go next.
Go next, Dylan. Go next. So this is from Dale. You've interviewed Dale before and asked him if it was cool to share this. So freaky spot. So see if you can see it.
I think I can see it.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
Yeah. And, it's just where you see a line where no line should be, and there's no excuse or reason for it. And that's where you know that they are. There's nature spirits in this image, or the next one, I think, that has the nature spirits are really quite clear. Well, they're clear to me.
Yeah, I can see a few.
Cool. So I've marked them, and then I've drawn over them so people can see them better.
There's also one to the right of the smaller rectangle.
Oh, I'm so impressed you can see that too. I found it a little bit creepy, but I think I did mark it with the next picture. Some of them just are kind of...
Oh, yeah. That's the one I just saw.
Yeah. There you go. Some of the nature spirits are there to say, don't come in here. You're not supposed to come in here. And you're supposed to be able to see them and think, oh, gee, maybe the energy there is not great and maybe I won't go in. So that's another reason why this is important information to share with people.
Bit of a bummer on a road, though, if you're trying to get somewhere and it's straight ahead.
Yeah. This is the thing, there are certain locations on my commute where I'll notice there's a lot of dead birds because it's a crossing point. The ley lines are going across the road. The birds are following the ley. They're traveling close to the ground and they get hit.
Right in the middle of that picture is also a giant nature spirit with long legs.
Fantastic. Well done, Mark. Well done. Oh, the things I could show you. I've been reasonably, I could only keep this to a certain amount. So
well, you know what I'm going to say next.
Do I?
you need to come to Ireland and do a course on this at FryBrook House. Yeah,
I would love to.
That's obvious. I can see the face and I can see energy on the right.
Excellent. And so this is the thinking tree in Puglia. I think I'm pronouncing that right, in Italy. And this is just off the internet. But what's fascinating is you can see the leys. It's obviously in a crossing point because there's quite a few images. So go through at your leisure. And so, again, where you get a tree in a crossing point of ley lines in a portal space, so this is from a different angle. There's another ley coming in from a different angle. There's also something else in that image. I don't know if you can see. There's another really interesting image.
On the right. On the right-hand side, I can see something.
Yeah. Wings. I have marked it. Oh, you're seeing wings. Oh, that's even better. So...
Oh, no, I was going to the right of that.
Oh, okay.
I can see that as well, yeah. Now you point it out.
I mean, it's just uncanny. So these are just images that I took off the net. It's clearly in a crossing point of leys. And again, so what I was saying before about trees, when they're caught up in these portal spaces, they'll often be quite twisted, or they'll have faces on them. All sorts of fascinating things happen. And they're called mark trees. There's a whole chapter on mark trees in Alfred Watkins' book, The Old Straight Track.
I need to get that book.
And that's me trying. Does that look familiar?
That looks like Ireland. That's Carrickeel.
That's your car.
Oh, it is. Yeah. That's from my. That's me. Yeah. I just realised it's from my video.
Yeah. So you're driving along a ley line, and it's quite a big fat one.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen that video, Pie in the Sky and the Sleeping Giant of Consciousness, that was that book is in my kitchen right now. Everybody should get that book and read it. Yeah, I can see that.
The more powerful the ley line, the more squashed it becomes. And this is another factor. This is a really good example of it. It's very subtle, so I don't expect everybody to be able to see it, but they get squashed. They become more elliptical, the bigger and more powerful they become. So that particular, what did you call it, the mountain?
Carrickeel.
Okay. Is it quartz laden? Is it like granite?
I don't know the answer to that, and I would like to find out. But it wouldn't surprise me, because every time I go there, I get energized. Like, it reverses your age going up there.
Okay. I think that's the funny one where you complained about someone making you go up a hill. It might be a different one.
Oh, no. No, somebody was saying, "Oh, you're out of breath. You're really unfit." And it's like, you can't tell how steep it is. And when you're on a video, you can't see, how steep that is. So it sounds like I'm completely out of shape, but that's not the case, because I can tell you now, I've taken lots of people up there who look on in amazement as I run up and down the hill. And they're like, "How's he doing that, the short, fat fucker?"
Well, the reason I asked is because where you get granite and quartz, you'll often get the more squashed, elliptical, larger ley lines.
Well, there's a lot of quarries around here. I need to go and see what they're digging up, because I haven't looked into that yet. But would make sense. I mean, I personally think when you go up Carrickeel, you're looking, it's back to Mud Fossil University, you're looking at the graveyard of giant creatures, and muscle and sinew and bones, and actually rather than rocks. But I think a lot of these rocks are crystalline. And anyway, that's another story for another day, but that's great. That's a nice surprise.
Yeah, pretty cool. So this is Milk Hill. You're probably well aware of this.
And where
you get a lot of crop circles. Lots of crop circles. So, oh my gosh.
Where is that in the UK? Is that Wiltshire?
I think so.
Because there's a lot of white horses. I used to fly over a white horse in Cambridge. Really? Yeah, when I was a cadet. 40.
Wow. Okay.
45 years ago. Bloody hell. Yeah, I can see that one.
That's interesting. I thought there was only one. Okay.
No, there's
so again, this is just an image off the net.
Yeah.
And that's quite a big ley line.
Yeah, it's good. If you
and I think
it's good to go between these.
Yeah, it is. It's really effective. In my opinion, crop circles are created by ball lightning. They have a microwave energy. It cooks the grasses at the nodes. The most powerful and strongest part of the plant. Doesn't make any sense why it would bend over at the nodes. This is the real crop circles. And I believe it's the earth actually communicating and unraveling information.
I've seen the orbs do it.
You've seen it?
Well, I've seen videos of the orbs doing it.
Yeah, exactly. The one at there's amazing footage at Castle Hill. Just spectacular. It's from the 80s. Yeah, and it's unmistakable.
Yeah, I mean, the orbs are connected to consciousness.
Yeah,
right?
Plasma, yeah.
100%.
Absolutely.
And the video, I first saw them on Enigma TV. He's got a lot of videos there, but it's undeniable. Yeah. And they happen very quickly. I knew this was going to come up next. I stood.
Did you?
I stood there in that spot about 14 months ago for about 2 hours just looking at it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, you were in a really powerful nexus point of ley lines just in that
This
location.
it's near Avebury, everybody, where I had the demonic attack. But yeah.
Okay. Danny Henderson's got a great story about being up there and dancing around. So there's multiple ley lines in this spot, and they actually travel towards a portal, and you can actually see the portal. Now, again, as I mentioned before, I'm not sure if I said this on camera, where you have mounds, tumps, those sorts of things, sometimes they actually build them so that they can get to the ley lines that are up high.
Yeah.
Because those ones that are well above ground are really powerful.
So the ones
and it's
above
not always
ground,
for good reason.
The ones above ground are really powerful.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
so they call them sky leys or sky portals, or
I don't know. I don't know if we said this on part one, but before we started recording part one, I said to you that about 10 chemtrails had appeared outside my door, all converging onto a point, and then they go into these spirals. And I asked you if the ley lines were that high up, and that the chemtrails could be doing that to the ley lines, and you said, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean the last fight is over the ley lines. That it's biblical, literally. It's in the Bible. I didn't know this until people started pointing it out to me. So we can change. We can win this energetic war through the ley lines by getting out into these spaces and expressing joy. No worship energy. Don't go and worship anybody. Worship energy is the worst kind of energy. This is why they put arenas and do all this stuff in the arenas, which are really important, very powerful portal spaces. We've got to go and shift that with our intent. So the reason why they can control the ley lines is because they do rituals. Their intent is dark. We just shift that. Enough people getting out and doing this makes a massive difference.
Yeah.
Brilliant. But again, energetic protection.
Yeah. Well, what would you say about energetic protection to those that are watching this?
Our intent. So our intent is our most powerful tool. If you go out there and you are totally confident and you're comfortable and you feel like you can't be touched, those sorts of people are the ones that can go out there and do it safely. You can get gut punched. You can actually feel like something sort of punches you in the gut at times if you don't use energetic protection. I use 432 hertz. I use a tuning fork. I just tap it. They're not expensive. You can pick them up really cheap. I tap it. I run it through my aura. Around my head, I pay attention to the thoracic part of the back because they like to come in there. Any attachments like to come in at the back. So people with thoracic pain, if you have attachments, that's probably why. So you put them under each foot, and you just run it through your aura, and then I'll say a prayer of protection. For me, I like to call on my guides. I've had a communication with them since I was a child. They've kept me safe from a lot, and so then I feel I'm safe. I can go out and do the work. It's very simple. It doesn't have to be complicated.
That's right. And I wrote a book about it with Abby Wynn called Weapons of Mass Protection, Practical Tools for Spiritual Warfare, which you can get. There's a link below this video. You can go and get it on Amazon. And I'm going to go and get something else back in a second. Unfortunately, I can't find it. But it is it's a rattle. Oh, there is something else.
Oh, really? Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Anyway,
I thought you might be looking for this.
Oh, you got my book.
I've got your book.
Yeah, what do you think?
When I received it, I opened it out with that to the section with that fantastic 4-letter word. I was in hysterics, Mark. It's hysterically funny.
Good.
Thank you. Did make my day.
Good. Pleased to hear it.
Made my day. I had friends over to show them. It's so much fun.
Godwin's available on Amazon. And don't moan at me about that. Yeah. It's the cheapest way to get it, people. Right. Okay, what's next?
All right. So next screen. Oh, okay. So we're finished with this presentation. That's my shameless plug for Lay Love Down, my movement, where I'm trying to encourage people to get out into the ley lines. We do guided meditations and all sorts of stuff. So if they want to go along and have a look, that would be fabulous. Did you want to go through FryBrook?
Well, we're going to have to. Yeah.
Awesome.
So what? So there'll be an edit point here because I'm going to put this on the new FryBrook channel, which is called the Healing Hotel on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
I'll put a link to that below this because I'm going to put this on my channel, and then I'm going to put this bit of the video on the Healing Hotel. So let's just pretend we've done that.
Okay.
Well, welcome to the Healing Hotel YouTube channel, where I'm joined by Rachel Vaughan. who has come from my other channel called the Mark Attwood Show Adventures in a Cosmic Suit, which I'll put a link to that below this video. Now, in this video, Rachel and I have just spent an hour and a half talking about how people can see energy lines and ley lines. And when she found out about us purchasing FryBrook House, she kindly put together some images with some information on. Over to you, Rachel.
Yeah. So I was pretty amazed. So I looked at some internet images as well. So I've got a whole conglomeration, and some of it came from your video that you put out the other day, your 13-minute video. And it's showing that FryBrook's obviously in a very important spot. There's lots of beautiful ley lines all around it. So this is the avenue. I think
I've gone to the wrong
leads
one.
up.
Yeah, let's find the right the right bit. Yeah, just give us an overview before we get to the.
It's got a beautiful energy. Well, I was looking a little bit at the history, and it sounds to me like it was a place where, there were wars going on, and people from the enemy camp were even comfortable enough to go and spend time there. So it feels like it was a place of diplomacy, and it also had a bell.
The bell,
was
the
it
bell is
32
something
hertz bell? I'd love to know.
Yeah, the bell is something that means a lot to me and Gary, and because it was rung to open up the sorry, I'm just looking for the PowerPoint. It was rung to feed people.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay, wow. Wow, it's really cool.
And I've assumed that was during the famine, but according to the previous owners, it wasn't just then, which makes it even more interesting. And there's been a few different theories sent to me about the house itself, like the portal window. I'll read something that I was sent about that to see what you think to this. So first time somebody said, oh, that portal window is interesting because that signifies that it's a ship, because it's like a ship's window. Yes. And that means it's subject to maritime law, which means they could have done anything they wanted in there, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But the other thing I was sent by my friend Raylene says, I'll read it out. Congratulations on the stewardship of FryBrook House. When you sent me the link, I didn't realize that you're actually purchasing it. Well done. Neither did I. I was equally surprised to see the ocular fiery eye of the bull portal window, which pertains to Royal Fixed Persian Star Aldebaran, the Watcher of the East, with the qualities of hitting the prize and symbolizing courage, steadfastness, eloquence, and integrity. It is traditionally believed to portend honor and wealth, though it demands a sense of integrity to handle its powerful energy. Perfect.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Isn't that interesting? Thank you, Raylene, for that. Yeah. So I'm going to pull up hopefully the right part of this. Here we go. Yeah. So let's have a look at what you put together here. This is great. Really appreciate this, Rachel.
Yeah. What's fun? This is my passion is not talking about my childhood. It's doing this sort of work. So I love this sort of thing. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful on the outside. And so if you just want to go through, so again, when we're looking for ley lines on a flat surface like grass, it is subtle. But hopefully, as we go backwards and forwards, if you want to go forward and then backwards, forward and backwards, as we did before, it makes it a lot clearer. Now, ley lines tend to run in pairs. You'll always have one that's bigger and one smaller. The bigger one here is the more positively affecting. The smaller is the negatively affecting. The smaller ones where your bees, the ants, the termites would congregate if there was wood there for them to eat. The positively affecting one is where, your animals will walk through. So you're talking about cattle before. They tend to follow the positively affecting ley lines.
So just explain to us again why there are negative ley lines and what they're for.
It's all balance. It's all balance. So it's a little bit like positive and negative ions. Negative ions that come off water that moves against itself is very positively affecting. So you've got, negative ions are positively affecting, which is very confusing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Ions plug up the auric rends, any damage to the aura, the shield outside the aura. Similarly, if you walk along a positively affecting ley line, you're going to have a really positive experience. You walk along a negatively affecting ley line, you might not have as much of a pleasant experience.
How do we map these ley lines as positive and negative from this information you've got from these pictures, firstly? And secondly, the negative ley lines is where we should be placing the beehives, right?
Yes, 100%. And the bees will congregate to them anyway. But yeah, absolutely. If you're going to pop your beehives anywhere, you choose that space. It's actually better for them. Cats also seek out the negatively affecting ley lines. They purr in those spaces and they help bring the frequency into balance. So when you're looking at them, and a positively affecting ley line tends to be about 1 to 2 meters across on average. You can get much bigger ones, but on average, the ones that you usually go through people's houses are roughly 1 to 2 meters across, like the one on the left. The negatively affecting ones tend to be about 1 foot across. When it's going through brush, it's much easier to see.
Yeah. So because I'm on the PowerPoint, I'm just checking. Are you seeing me and you and the PowerPoint on the screen?
Yes. Yes,
Great.
I am.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What's this one?
So again, there's a nature spirit in the circle on the left.
Yeah, got it.
Quite uncanny. They show themselves so often. This one's quite protective.
That one looks like Mickey Rourke. Looks like Mickey Rourke after the plastic surgery.
Oh my gosh. No comment. And I've marked it too, so if people can't see it, the next screen along will actually show you where I've actually drawn over it, just to give it a bit of an idea. And when you see a nature spirit scowling,
signal's breaking down.
Not necessarily dangerous or evil. It's just saying you shouldn't be.
Rachel,
before.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Can you hear me? Yep, I can hear you.
It went all weird then. Could you just rewind a little bit when you see a nature
spirit? Okay, all right. So when you see a nature spirit and it doesn't necessarily have a pleasant expression on its face, it doesn't necessarily mean it's mean. It might just be giving you that expression to say, this is not somewhere you need to be. Okay. Don't walk in here right now. So some of them I call sentinels. You'll see, you might go into a park and you might see a really creepy tree. Well, that creepy tree is usually like a sentinel. It's saying, yeah, the energy here is not great. Maybe don't come in, or it's sacred, or we don't really want humans here because we don't trust them. So you take all of this information and you go with it. You listen to it. It's important. We should have all been taught this in school.
So what am I looking at here?
So on the left in the yellow square is a nature spirit. You can see a face. If you want to go onto the next screen, that's where I've drawn it. If you want to go onto the one after that, we've got some more
what's that one lines. What's that one telling me?
That one I think is saying whoever took the photograph, this is from the internet, this is not one of your photographs, probably didn't like the person that was actually standing there taking the photograph.
Okay, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I can see these straight away.
Yeah. It's a beautiful avenue. There are nature spirits here.
Yeah, I'm just explaining to the viewers. So this is coming from FryBrook House, going into town towards the entrance point there, which is in that small circle.
Yeah, and again, most roads, most streets, most paths are these natural ley lines. They're the path of least resistance. If you're going to put a road in, would you put it through a forest? Would you go through all the trees, or would you go where there's a natural path anyway, because it's easier to do? And then eventually the trees get thinned out and it turns into pasture or whatever, but the road's still in the ley line. And that's a big one. That's a powerful one.
Yeah, it is. So the smaller one is the more powerful one.
So the larger ones, the bigger they are, the more positive they are. So that's a very positive, very big ley line to be traveling towards your property.
That's why it feels nice when we drive in or walk in.
Yeah. That's what you want. You don't want a negative ley line at your gates. You want something positive.
That's good news.
This is really cool.
Now, let me just explain. This is the secret garden to the side of the house.
Lovely. Well, it's got a beautiful ley line in it, a positively affecting ley. Now, when I take these sorts of images, this is off the internet. When I get an image like this, I like to be able to see the circle in more than one place because it shows the spiral. I couldn't see it in more than one place, but there just happens to be a gap in the hedge there.
Yeah, well,
So
that's the entrance to the garden.
Yeah, yeah. So the lay, I mean, again, plants won't grow in those spaces. So if you grow a hedge and there's a gap, it's not necessarily because the ground's wrong or it's not getting
Yeah.
enough light or sun or water. It could be because there's a ley line going through and the plants don't like to grow in there. So I just thought that was kind of cool.
It is. This is the back of the
Again,
house.
this one's subtle. Yep. And these are much more subtle. But I looked for this one because, again, where you get the front doors and the back door, usually you'll get some ley lines going in through. It depends on whether or not someone's intentionally built it for that or it's a line of intent. If you're walking that space all the time, you're creating. And also, if there's a corridor through the house between the front door and the back door, that literally is a representation of a ley line. So there tends to be, it creates one. So you'll actually have an energy line actually going through because, again, it's the path of least resistance. So you can either have them naturally or you can create them. I actually think that houses shouldn't have corridors because you don't really want that. You know, a lot of manifestations happen in hallways, usually near wet areas. So if you don't want a haunting, I mean, a lot of houses have this.
This has not got a corridor going from the front to the back.
Okay. All right. It was just a possibility. But that one does seem to be heading in that direction.
But that's interesting because if you watch, I'm going to bring up the real estate program in Australia, Love It or List It, and they're constantly talking about the indoor-outdoor flow, right? To get, it's like that architecturally as a society, we've moved towards creating that from front to back thing, haven't we?
Yeah. So if you look at a hallway, it's got all these doorways coming off it. That's a representation of a ley line. It's interdimensional. Well, there's many doorways coming off a ley line as well as an interdimensional space. And as I said to you off camera, it's the repository for akashic information. So yeah, it's a channel.
Okay. Yeah. So this has been cut back since then, but look at that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's pretty cool. And again, there's one to the right of that, which is smaller because they often run in pairs. I'll often look for the smaller ones because if I find the bigger one, I know that there's another one near it. And you also look for correlations, you know, in certain locations, they'll all be roughly around about the same size. They won't necessarily be much bigger or much smaller, apart from that road that's leading up to the place. So if I'm looking along this road, I'm expecting them to be roughly the same diameter. So that's just a helpful hint for people looking at this sort of stuff. And again, they show themselves again. Again, this is very subtle, guys. It's not like the first presentation, much more subtle. But again, it's a fuzziness in the image. And again, if you use relaxed vision where you're not looking for a point, but you're letting your eyes go out of focus, taking your glasses off helps. Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of faces in the trees as well.
So was I. Yeah. And you go a little bit further and they're there again. And then I actually think as you go along, I think that you're actually just walking into a portal, a crossing point of lights.
I see it.
Yeah. So if I was there, I would be standing in that spot and I'd be doing a 360 with a camera and filming as I go around in a circle, using myself as the pivot point. Then I'd be looking for all the different ley lines leading in so I could count how many leys are actually crossing in that point.
Do you mean taking a video or one of those panoramic pictures?
You could do a panoramic or you could take a video. I personally like taking a video because if some part of it's a bit fuzzy or whatever, you can just keep going along until you get a clear picture.
So I'm going to go to that. I'm going to go to that spot later, and I'm going to take a video doing exactly what you just said. Do you turn to the left or the right when you do that?
Whichever way you feel comfortable. Most positively affecting portals spin in a clockwise direction. If you were looking down at the ground, you'd be going in a clockwise direction. So I would go clockwise, but I would actually go with what feels right for you because it might be going in the opposite direction.
Well, I'm going to go later and try and insert that into this video.
And what I think is really awesome here, you can see the direction that these leys are traveling. As you turn the corner with the next image, you can only see one of them because they haven't exactly followed the path. So whoever put that road in went off the ley at one point and went towards where they wanted to build the house. because the other one would be to the left of that one.
Mm-hmm. Portal. Mm-hmm.
Portal.
What are we seeing here?
All right.
Oh yeah, I see it in the tree.
You can see it. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, this is great, Mark. Yeah. I love that you can see it.
Yeah.
So I have marked it so you can see it. Yeah. And that feels so benevolent to me. Yeah. It's watching, it's checking out, okay, changing of hands. What's going on here? It's watching. This is where you hand the keys. So she hands you the keys.
Amazing.
It's a big moment. Big moment. So to me, that you've got approval. I don't think you're going to have any trouble in that location.
What's going on here? Oh yeah, I can see that face. And can I see another one?
It's a little bit clearer there.
Yeah, I can also see one down below between us, and I can see one to the left of me, and I can see one right back in the left as well.
Oh, I was so impressed, Mark. You're good at this. There's a face there too, and it's also looking into the ley line.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've marked it. And another one.
Wouldn't have spotted that one.
Okay. Yeah. It's pretty subtle. And to make sure I had it right, I made sure that I could see it in another location, and I could. So that's why I included it. But for people looking at this, don't be disheartened if you can't see it. These are super subtle. And this is because I really wanted to showcase this location. I wouldn't take these images and share them as a teaching tool because they are so subtle. And I'd hate for people to think, oh, no, I can't see them, so I'll never try again. And that was just a little bit of the history. That's the end of the presentation. It's so lovely. I love the bell. Is the bell still there?
No, bell's not been there for quite a long time.
Okay.
We are planning we're planning to get a new one.
Okay, beautiful.
Which is part of our job as stewards of the property.
I would totally recommend doing that. I really would, because you're in a really powerful spot. It's a beautiful property. And I think that the nature spirits would love you even more.
Well, we're going to respect the nature spirits enormously, and we want to map out where the ley lines are properly, and we want to take I don't know what the word is, an inventory of all the plant species there, and we're going to be very, very reverential to the land, and we're going to do shamanic work on the land. We're going to get a lot of help and bring people in, and you of course are invited to come and run a 3-5 day course, whatever you want, at FryBrook, and teach people this stuff in Ireland, because there's so many ley lines and so many sites here that I think you'd be amazing to get over here.
Absolutely. Last year I was saying I've got to get to Ireland. I have got to get there. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I've got to get there. So Mark, thank you.
We'll talk about that off camera. So this video is going up on both the Mark Attwood Show, Adventures in the Cosmic Suit, but also the Healing Hotel, which is so it depends which channel you're watching it on. Whatever the case, please like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments. We'll do our best to answer everything we can. We read them all anyway. Anything you want to end with today?
Oh, you're breaking up, darling. I can barely hear you, unfortunately, but thank you so much for having me. I've loved this.
Oh, so is there anything you want to end on today? Did you hear me?
Well, all the people that have said that saw our first interview and said, oh my God, I want to go to Mark's and see you do a ley line course, come and join us. Because I've already had quite a lot of interest. People keep emailing me. Have you got the dates yet?
Yeah, make sure you're on the email list that's in the description, and subscribe to my Substack, which is diaryofaconspiracytheorist.substack.com, and you'll definitely know about it there in case you miss it on YouTube. But thank you so much for joining me, Rachel. God bless you. Have a wonderful day, and all of you watching. It's been a great pleasure.